A lot of people ask me what it's like to put a podcast show together. And let me tell you, it takes a team, not any one individual, to produce a good quality podcast. And let me show you what it's like for one of our team members, Connor Wells, when he comes to London each week to record the podcast. Connor, over to you.
Good morning everyone, hope you're all good. If you're new around here to the Connor Wells channel, let me introduce myself. I'm a musician, but my day job is I am a freelance video editor, photographer. Basically I run my own sort of media business, whether it be editing, filming, like photography, all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to show you what my sort of Tuesday is like, basically. So on Tuesdays I go to London to film for a client called Squibb. Go check out his podcast and his channel up in the card up there. So I'm going to basically show you what I do during the day of filming. I don't really do too much editing on a Tuesday, but I'll show you what my day is like in London. So yeah, let's join me on this journey. Now it is pretty early on a Tuesday. It's 7:15 in the morning, so I usually get to the client's house, which is where we film the podcast at the moment. Because of COVID-19 we can't really go to sort of shared office space and actual office space, so I usually get there about 8:30, and I'm usually set up for the first podcast by about 9 o'clock. Get the mics all tested, the cameras all set up. And yeah, there's a lot to do, but I'm going to show you. Just got to the station. I usually buy my tickets like the night before, so I need to go print them off. I just like to be a little bit organised like that. Saves, you know, rushing around, getting the queue for the machine like the day of. Always buy your tickets the day before. Happy days, tickets bought. The really annoying thing is about the face masks is I had a really nice face mask. I got it on Amazon. I spent like a tenner on it because it basically, the front of it had like a camera iris on it, you know, like a, you know, how the aperture is affected on the cameras. And I had a really nice one, and I don't know where it is. I lost it a couple of days ago and I'm not entirely sure where it's gone. So the night before, Simon will usually send me sort of like an itinerary of the day, the names of the guests we've got. So we've got 3 podcasts today. So what I usually do to be super organised is I will make folders for each of them. So I'll have the guest's name, say John Smith. So I'll make a folder called John Smith. I have a folder inside there called audio and another folder in there called video. Now when I'm done editing, I make a folder called exports. So that includes the audio WAV file for Spotify and iTunes and all those sorts of places, and then the video export. I then make another folder called clips and trailers, because we always film clips and trailers for that. So it's just good to be organised with your footage. Don't lose your footage, guys. It's not the one. I've lost footage before, made that mistake, won't make it again. It's not good. Just some more advice and sort of tips and tricks I've picked up, because I'm still very new to this. It's a big career change for me. But I usually pack my bag the night before. The last thing I'll pack is my laptop, because, you know, I might get a few bits done early in the morning. I'm very much a night owl and a morning person, so I'm up pretty late and then up again very early. So I usually pack my laptop and my hard drives the morning of. But camera bag wise, pack it the night before, because you don't want to be like up in the morning, running late, looking for, say, this certain cable, this lens, this battery, this SD card. You want to be super organised. You don't really want to be doing that the day of. So pack your bag the night before. So I've charged all my batteries, wiped my SD cards, got every microphone I need, cleaned my lenses. Always clean your lenses. So the train is almost here. I usually just sort of chill on the train, you know, just get into like the right mindset. I'll usually like listen to a podcast. I've been listening to the Michelle Obama podcast. That one is actually really inspiring and quite relaxing to listen to. So I'm going to like zone out for a little bit, listen to a podcast on the train, and then we'll be back with some more tips and just sort of my usual day-to-day, sort of like what it's like being a freelance sort of video editor, especially during lockdown and stuff. It's really weird, really weird. Right, that is my train. I'm gonna get on it. Right, I am just outside of King's Cross Station. Just got here. I've now got about half an hour to get to where I need to get, where Simon lives. So it only takes about 10 minutes. But yeah, looking forward to it. I always like to listen to a podcast or just chill to some sort of lo-fi music to get me in the mood, you know, get me in the zone for, you know, a busy day of recording. We've got 3 podcasts to record today. I'm going to show you like the process of what it's like setting up for the podcast, everything, sort of a bit of equipment that I use, all the technicalities, specialities and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I've got to get back on the underground. Peace. Just got to where I need to be. I've got a few minutes, so I might get something from one of my favourite cafes, which is a place called Gales, which is just over there. They do this really nice apple juice. I can't exactly share the location where I'm at. Well, I probably could, but I just don't want to out of courtesy. But all I'll say is that Ricky Gervais lives nearby, which is really cool. Ricky Gervais is a comedy hero of mine. Love everything he's done. I still need to watch Derek. That's one thing I've not watched of Ricky Gervais's, and that's Derek. So I need to watch that. So the podcast setup is actually pretty similar to my own setup. For my own podcast, if you don't know already, I host a podcast with my friend called Roxy Searle. It's called Young Broke Musicians. We talk about all the good, the bad and the ugly of being self-employed musicians and creatives in this day and age. So do check that out, links in the description. But it's a very similar setup. We record Simon's podcast, The Good Luck Club, using the Rodecaster Pro with a couple of Rode pod mics. These are great mics, highly recommend them if you're just starting out, and the Rodecaster Pro is a brilliant piece of kit. You can take phone calls, connect your laptop to it. It's a great all-round piece of kit for people just starting out with their podcast. Camera-wise, we film with 2 Canon EOS M50s, filming in 24 frames a second. Lens-wise, we use a 24-105 f4 and a 50mm f1.8 for those tighter close-up shots. After each podcast, I like to dump the footage onto a hard drive. Like I mentioned earlier, each guest has their own name and folders within folders. I hate to start a podcast with a used SD card. I find it a lot easier for organisation to use a clean SD card. The hard drives I use are the Lacy Rugged. They're just great, portable, tough. You don't need to worry about them ever getting damaged. They are sturdy as hell. Right, we just finished recording 2 podcasts. We're on our way to a studio. This is Simon, the podcast host. So Simon, tell my lovely audience what your podcast is all about.
I'm trying to help anyone that wants to start a business figure out how to do it, and anyone that has started a business figure out how to do it.
Wholesome stuff.
Yeah.
Love it, man.
Just did a fantastic recording with Connor's help.
That was one of my favourites.
Yeah,
really good podcast.
Inspiring entrepreneur with an incredible story, literally trying to make the world a better place. And so, yeah, we'll be out soon, I guess.
Exciting stuff. Link in the description. Right, we are recording some content now for Simon's channel. going to get the Rode Wireless Go microphones out. They are absolutely brilliant microphones. Love using these. Great bit of gear. So we're going to get these set up. Got to be done. So we just recorded a bit of content about shops closing using the Rode Wireless Go microphones. Great for sort of on the go stuff. We're now going to go to the Camden Lock sort of area and record some more content for Simon's channel. Go and subscribe to him. That would mean a lot to me if you did that. Really useful, wholesome content. So I'm going to put this away. Look at that. And we're going to record some content for Simon. So we just recorded some content with the Rode Wireless Go's. Really great microphones. So Simon was stood on the bridge, I would say about 50 metres away, and crystal clear. So looking forward to editing them. We're now on our way to like the studio where we hopefully could be recording the podcast very soon, to see what that looks like. So I just checked out the office. It looks really cool. Really cool. It's really warm in there though. We've got to get back in a moment to record some more podcasts. Right, we have got one more podcast left to film today, and then we're done. We've dumped all the footage. That's one thing I do. I always dump the footage right after a podcast. That way the footage is all organised. I hate starting a new podcast with the footage from the previous one, so I dump it all onto a hard drive, like I mentioned earlier, with the folders of audio footage and then exports. So that way you stay organised. Right, we are done for the day. Last podcast done. There's no video for the guest that side, which is a bit of pain, so I'm going to have to make a little sort of waveform template like they have on CNN and all that jazz. But yeah, that is pretty much my day, recording podcasts in London as a freelance video editor, photographer and videographer. So that is pretty much my day. If you enjoyed this video, I got a bit of value from it, do hit the subscribe button and join the channel. And other than that, I will see you guys in a bit. Peace.